Hey guys, let's get more news from Dallas Cowboys, but first don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. Dallas Cowboys, Dak Prescott looking to reset NFL market with staggering contract extension demand. More than a few folks out there believe that it would be in the best interest of the Dallas Cowboys to part ways with Dak Prescott. This is despite the fact that the superstar quarterback finished second in the MVP race this past season. For their part, however, it appears that the Cowboys aren't looking to make a change in the quarterback position. This also means, though, that they will need to shell out the big bucks in order to extend Prescott's current deal. Right now, Cincinnati Bengals quarterback Joe Burrow holds the title of the highest-paid player in league history. This is after the Pro Bowler signed a record-breaking $275 million, 5-year extension with the Bengals in October of last year. With Prescott now entering the final year of his current contract, the Cowboys are expected to start negotiating a new deal in the near future. They will need to buckle up, though, as Prescott's camp is expected to use Burrow's deal as a benchmark for a potential extension. It wouldn't be surprising for Prescott's camp to use Burrow's average over his first 3 new years to justify $60 million per year. Overall, the top of the quarterback market increased in 2023 by 9.41% from 2022. A $60 million per year extension would be a 9.09% increase over Burrow's deal, Corey wrote. At the moment, Burrow is averaging $55 million per season. Prescott will reportedly want to shatter that number by going for $60 million per. Wow. Will the Cowboys be willing to go that far to keep him in Dallas? We shall soon find out. The Dallas Cowboys have their franchise quarterback. Dak Prescott will be entering his 9th season in the NFL and in Dallas when the 2024 season kicks off, and he's had just about all the success possible during his time with the Cowboys. All the regular season success, that is. Prescott and the Cowboys haven't reached the goal of a Super Bowl win or even an NFC Championship game appearance in his 8 previous seasons. But according to one former Cowboys quarterback who knows something about NFC Championship game appearances, Prescott is playing well enough to win in the postseason. Ex-Cowboys signal caller Danny White was on hand being honored by the Davy O'Brien Foundation alongside the 2023 Heisman Trophy winner Jayden Daniels, and spoke to Fanatics' view about Prescott and the Cowboys' lack of postseason success. He needs to keep doing what he's doing, White said. He's in a position right now where he's gotta be questioning himself because everybody else is questioning him. From the coaches to the media to the fans, everybody is questioning him. And it's going to be really easy for him to think, well, what do I need to change? And you have to be careful about that because of the unbelievable season he had. The numbers he put up are incredible. White said Prescott is doing all the right things to get his team there, but maybe needs a little more effort around him. He doesn't need to change. He's doing all the right things. He'll get there. As a quarterback, so much of your success depends on the people around you. Dak is doing everything well enough to win a Super Bowl. I think everyone else around him, he can't say this. But if everyone else around him elevates, and he does exactly the same thing he did this year, I think they'll win the Super Bowl. Dak's the last guy that needs to change. White knows about getting close to Super Bowls. As a starter for the Cowboys after Roger Staubach's retirement in 1979, White took Dallas to 3 straight NFC title games from 1980 to 1982. But never saw a Super Bowl as a starter. White was the backup and starting punter on the Cowboys' Super Bowl championship teams from 1977 and 1978. Prescott hasn't gotten as close as White did, and Prescott's window is closing. White knows a little something about that too. White's career was cut short after a broken wrist suffered during a sack by New York Giants linebacker Lawrence Taylor. White never saw regular starts again before his retirement after the 1988 season. Let's hope Dak's career isn't cut short, too. Jesse Holley on Cowboys' Micah Parsons interview, "You're throwing your teammates under the bus." The Dallas Cowboys failed to reach the Super Bowl yet again, and the players on the team had plenty to say about it. Cowboys' DeMarcus Lawrence said the team was burned out, prompting a response from teammate Micah Parsons. Parsons spoke to Stephen A. Smith in length, and all, but called his own teammates out. Former Cowboys WR Jesse Holley spoke about the drama on Believe in Dallas Cowboys, and how Parsons needs to stop throwing his teammates under the bus. When you start talking in the offseason about what some other people should not do or say or what they overhear, someone's going to call you out eventually and someone's going to say if you're not living what you're actually preaching. Some people may believe that Micah is the kind of guy who gets in front of the camera, says all the right things at times, but behind closed doors may not be actually living those things out. So what's going to eventually happen is if they're going to have a moment where, the guys are going to say, hey, you didn't do X, Y, Z, you got so to say about me over here, but you're not doing this over here. And that's going to be that contentious thing that they're going to have to deal with in the locker room, or whether it be Tank or whether it be another teammate. Holley is alluding to Parsons speaking about some of his teammates inadvertently way. For instance, Parsons spoke to Smith about wanting a big interior defensive lineman. The Cowboys have that in Jonathan Hankins and Motzie Smith. Hankins may not have been called out by name, but Parsons' comments can be misconstrued as calling out his teammates for not doing their job. I want a big 330-pound dude in the interior. If I'm a teammate, I'm sitting there, and if I'm Motzie Smith, I'm going, hey, dude. Hi. I know that I lost a couple of pounds, but I was supposed to be that. If I'm Big Hankins, I'm sitting there going, hey, well, my boy, I stepped on a scale this morning. I'm actually 330. Like, it's saying what I want while also saying the guy that we currently have, y'all ain't really cutting it. So it's certain things like that you're going to have to come to a point where you just like, shoot, because I get what you're saying, what you're actually throwing your teammates under the bus in the same instance. Parsons has become a big podcaster, but that could be a downfall for him as a player. Saying what you want when you want to often comes with consequences, especially when you are supposed to be a team. Micah Parsons pleads for Dallas Cowboys to give Pro Bowl RB another shot amid exit rumors. The Dallas Cowboys are facing yet another crucial offseason as they look to bounce back from what turned out to be a highly disappointing end to a previously very promising campaign. This only means that changes within the squad are virtually inevitable, especially with free agency fast approaching. One player who could be on his way out is Pro Bowl running back Tony Pollard. The 26-year-old had a frustrating second season in Dallas, which has now led to question marks surrounding his future with the team. If you ask Cowboys star Micah Parsons, however, the former Defensive Player of the Year remains adamant that Pollard deserves another chance. Speaking on a recent appearance on the Stephen A. Smith Show, Parsons made his case as to why he believes Dallas must renew Pollard's deal. I would say toward the end of the season Tony Pollard was catching his rhythm again, Parsons said, hat tip Jonathan Alfano of SI. I do think he's an every down guy. You've got to think, he broke his fibula, tibia, something, that's a catastrophic injury. You're talking about a guy that's really been off from that January, came back week 1, but he didn't really do a lot. The Cowboys decided to franchise tag Pollard for $10 million heading into the previously concluded season. That did not exactly pan out as planned. Now that he's worth $14 million, it doesn't seem like Dallas will be using their franchise tag on the 26-year-old RB. Be that as it may, it's still very much possible that Pollard is able to agree on a new deal with the Cowboys. Parsons is definitely campaigning for the same. It takes a while to get back into football, the Cowboys linebacker continued. He didn't do OTAs. He didn't do minicamp. He kind of did camp a little bit, like working through it, getting back into it. You saw him increase, like he even said, I'm just now getting back to myself. I would give Tony Pollard another shot. Pollard is expected to be healthy for 2024-25 and he will be looking to recapture his Pro Bowl form from a couple of years ago. Whether or not he does it in a Cowboys uniform, however, remains to be seen. And you fan, what do you think of the Tony Pollard situation? Leave your opinion in the comments.